So you will find different groups that, that spring up from time to time who may lean back towards the Unitarian concept. And even the Unitarian Church, has carried on from that time, maybe in certain areas. Though today, when you look at Unitarian beliefs, it seems quite a far cry from those original ideas expressed by Arius. Question is Jesus' father's name mentioned in the Quran? Well, actually in the Quran, there is no mention that Jesus had a father. Mary is described as a righteous woman who worshipped God, fasted, etc. And she had a child without being married at all. So there is no possibility of any kind of a doubt as to the origin of Jesus, in that Jesus was born without a father in the most absolute and purest sense. And in the Quran it is stated that when Mary gave birth, God had sent an angel to her who had informed her that she should point to the child when she is questioned about this birth. When people would come to her, and as they did, and question her for what appeared to have been a major sin of adultery or fornication, etc. So when she did bring the child and they did question her, she pointed to the child, and according to the statements in the Quran, Jesus spoke as a child newborn, spoke defending his mother, saying that she was a chaste woman, was devout in worshipping the one true God, and that he himself was a prophet of God. So we actually believe that Jesus' prophethood began with his birth. And we believe in this miracle of him speaking as a child, a newborn child, which is not even a part of our Christian tradition. There is a verse in the Quran where God is described as blowing in the human being a portion of his spirit. This is how it is often translated. And this, some people have mistakenly taken to mean that the human spirit is a part of the divine spirit, that man has within him a part of the divine. However, this translation is not really an accurate translation of the Arabic text, because the Arabic text has to be taken in context with the explanations given by the Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him. And he explained that when the child is developing in the womb of the mother, when he reaches the beginning of the 5th month, an angel is sent who blows in him the spirit. And that the spirit itself is from the command of God, God's command of be, and it is. It's the creation. The human spirit is created, whereas God is uncreated. We do not believe that God is a spirit or that he has a spirit. He is beyond his creation. He does not share the qualities of his creation. So a more accurate translation really would be that God commanded his angels, or an angel, to blow in man from the spirit that he created. His spirit, not meaning a part of his own spirit, but one of the spirits which he created, which are his. Just like he refers to his prophets. He refers to his houses, meaning the mosques. And the term, the possessive pronoun, his, does not necessarily indicate that the thing described is actually a part of, but it could be possessed by, as in the difference between his book and his hand. His hand means it's part of him. His book is not a part of him, but something which he possesses. Similarly, when it refers to his spirit, it's not referring to a part of God, because God has elsewhere explained that the spirit was created, and as such we do not accept the concept that a human being has within him, within his body, the spirit or a portion of the spirit of God. One question, I want to become a Muslim, but I am married. That my wife, children, friends would stand against me. It is a real challenge, I guess. What is your advice? Well, one has to choose, if one is convinced that Islam is in fact the true religion of God, this is the path that God has ordained for man, then such a person has to make that choice. And he cannot, or she cannot, be diverted by what the consequences they fear may happen, because God is in control of one's destiny. One may die tomorrow. What reactions one expected may not be. There's a variety of different things, could take place. So my advice to the person who wrote this is that if you want to become a Muslim, you should do so. You may not want to reveal it to those people who you fear may have a negative reaction in the initial stages. You can reveal it to them gradually. But of course, amongst Muslims, you should be known. That is, your family says not here, they're back in the Philippines, or they're back in America, or wherever. You don't necessarily have to tell them immediately, but if you believe that this is the path for you, then you should declare your faith amongst Muslims. So you're known, because the declaration of faith is really for your own protection, to help you as an individual, so that people know you to be a Muslim. So if they see you falling by the wayside, your faith getting weak in terms of your practice, etc., that they would look out for you, offer help or whatever. Question, there is 5 times daily compulsory prayer, but professionally I'm a cook and I work in a hot galley. And I guess it looks like it's saying, and I'm sweating, to a hot place, right? It's very hard to make ablution that could cause sickness. So what should I do or we do? Well, the point is that the 5 times daily prayer is something which is fundamental for a Muslim, which he's obliged to do, as the foundation for his life. It's the ordering of his daily 24-hour life. This doesn't mean that this is the only time he can pray, but he prays to God as much as he can. But at least this is the minimum that he should stick by.